All right, we're now joined by Colt from Colt Golf on Instagram. It's honestly one of my favorite pages on Instagram, especially if you're a Michigan golf fan, which I definitely am. So welcome to the show, man. Thanks for doing this.
I appreciate you for having me, boys, and I'm excited to get into it.
So I first found your page, I want to say probably, right around COVID, maybe a year or two after that. Can you kind of walk us through how did this page come about? Basically, for the listeners who maybe don't know, is you go to a lot of courses in Michigan, leave great reviews. Or not necessarily great reviews, but you leave honest reviews that, I mean, for me, as somebody who was living in the Metro Detroit area, I really grew to love your page and go to it for advice on which courses to play and that sort of thing. But walk us through how you kind of started this page.
Yeah, it's a great question. Basically, back in the day, I started YouTube. Me and my buddy did comedy videos growing up. We had gaming channels. So I liked doing the commentary aspect of things. Quit doing all that back in the day. It was lame. Girls didn't like it. We didn't get the views that we wanted, so we stopped. I actually felt inspired by another page that I saw, and they were doing commentary. I'm like, well, I could do that, and it started kind of everything. I was playing golf already, playing new courses, shit like that, and I was out there with my boys. We got the camera out, and I'm like, I used to make videos. Why don't I make videos again and see if it goes anywhere, with no intent of doing anything? I mean, at the beginning, it was brutal, like no likes, people saying like, bro, you're so trash, you suck. And I'm just like, whatever, man, like, fuck it. I'm just trying to get good at golf. And I just ignored everybody. And I accidentally one time made a course review. I was at Brentwood and I was just recording it. And I just literally sat there, was looking through my footage. I'm like, what kind of video can I make? And I just kind of mashed it together. Started commenting on it because I hated a couple things about it, and I noticed like the algorithm picked it up like 2 weeks later and started like getting the views. I'm like, shit, is that the recipe? And nobody else was doing it, and I kind of just made it my thing.
Nice. Where when I was talking to my buddies, we were playing video games a few weeks ago, and somebody was talking about your page, and he was like, he wasn't saying what your name was, he couldn't remember what it was, but he knew your catchphrase. We're live at whatever, what letting you know whether you should play the fucking course or not. Where did that come from? I mean, I almost feel like that's like, as soon as I heard that, it's Colt Golf.
Yeah, pure accident again. It's just coming to you live. Gonna let you know if you should play the fuck. And it's just a play on words. And when I used to do my gaming channel, actually, my name was Man on a Mission. So I would start my videos like, what's going on, guys? Man on a mission here, coming to you live. Like, that's literally kind of where I got it from. And I was doing that like 10 years ago and just kind of came naturally. And like I said, that first video at Brentwood, total accident. And kind of like as a creator, you kind of pick up on what people are saying. You're like, oh, I have to do that again. That worked. And you just kind of keep doing it, and it grows into a catchphrase you can't forget. So
no, total accident. It's definitely it's your catchphrase. Now you have to keep it now. I mean, that's definitely your tag. So Ted, sometimes I do a little bit too. Ted cringes at the word influencer. Would you consider yourself an influencer? TikTok influencer? Are you just an honest golf course reviewer?
What I like to say is I'm just a regular fucking guy. Like I go to work, I play golf, and I make videos. Like, I'm not getting paid. Like, some people might think I'm getting paid a lot of money. I'm not. Like, I got a steady job. That's everything to me. Like, this is all for fun. Like, I don't care if it crashes and burns tomorrow. Now, if something comes from it organically, naturally at some point, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm never going to touch money. Like, that's stupid. But it has to be natural. It has to fit me. And you've seen other endeavors that I've tried to do, like, and even with Link Rival right now, like, we're trying to do things. And, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's my mentality. I have what I have, and that's my foundation that allows me to golf and do these things. And, they know about it too. So, like, it all works out. But yeah, it's nothing like that.
Yeah, I think that's what makes your content, and this is like a completely different conversation, but seem a little more genuine because, like you said, you have your full-time job. This is almost like just your hobby, your passion. You're 100%. Not trying to make this your career. You're doing it just for fun. And sure, if at some point courses say, "Hey, come play here. We'll cover your greens fees," and for you to do a review, I guess you'll handle that when that time comes. But yeah, I think that's why
that's already happened, man. And like, I don't say yes. And like, I've been honest to people when I do it too. Like, there has been a couple of times, like, I played a private club. Like, yeah, you get invited to that. I didn't pay anything, but I let people know. And you tell these people up front, like it's usually a manager or like a club pro or something. You tell them like, I'm going to review this. This doesn't impact the actual score you get. And it's only happened a couple times, but everything else, man, I walk in there with my hard-earned money. Even went to the Nightmare last weekend. They know me when I go in there, and like I still pay. I still swipe my card, and like it is what it is, and like God bless, like I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where like I can swipe my card and it's not a big deal or anything. Right. But it's not like I can't take money from courses. I think that's half of the thing. Like that's the whole integrity piece. The second I start doing that, everything I say is out the window. I try to be super raw and passionate with it. And the second I start taking bucks from courses, I think that's where it ends. I think the avenue for me moving forward is going to be like outside brands that are Michigan based, that are promoting Michigan product or from Michigan. And it might be something like I put in my comment the other day, like a brought to you by type of situation, but I don't think it's anything where I can like accept the courses too much gratitude, a little bit, sure, but like you can't put me up for 3 nights and expect a 10 out of 10 because then I'm fucked. Like the credibility's gone, people sniff it out, and it's over at that point.
That's going to start affecting your honest reviews if you start doing that.
For sure. Yeah. I love your stuff and your energy for sure. But for our listeners, this is the old guy asking a general question. Sure. Give us a little bit about your background so they know a little bit about how you came up, went to CMU, that type of thing.
So I actually grew up in Ypsilanti, Michigan, went to Lincoln High School, Lincoln rail splitter through and through, graduated from there, went to CMU, got my bachelor's degree, got out of college, got a job right away, been at the same place. And from there, just grown, try to save money, try to grow yourself in that way. But really, I'm just a fun guy. That's the way I like to put it. I like to take risks. I actually ran for political office in 2018, and I won a primary election, got my ass kicked in the general. I didn't have money. I didn't put any money into it, but I'm not afraid to do shit. I had a trucking business, did well for like 3 or 4 months, failed. Like we were down 15K, like had to overcome shit like that. And you just keep putting your head in the game and giving shit a try. And like, that's what this golf stuff is. I don't care what people think. I enjoy the content. It's fun to do. And if something comes of it, cool. I know people like you guys probably know Big John, like making a lot, and like, it's not about that, but shit, if it comes, cool. If not, like I'm making content and having fun with it. And to me, it's like a community. So
you're clearly a hustler. But what I'm wondering about now is obviously you're based maybe in Metro Detroit area. Yeah. Is there any courses left to even play in that area? And what are the logistics of, okay, now I have to go to a course like the Nightmare. It's like, obviously you're juggling your real life too. So what goes with that?
That's a great point. Honestly, it's like not saying honest, but honestly, it's honesty. And it's just being real with your people that like, this is the situation. And for me, there's not a ton left in Metro. There is, but there's not like a lot of the bigger name courses I've already done. So it is venturing more out and like, I got a kid. Things change, and like you might not see as many videos every single month, especially like 2 years ago, single, wife's working, stuff like that. I'm doing my thing. Like I'm playing all the time with my boys and just ripping content. Now it's a little bit more sparse, but when I do it, it's more quality content, in my opinion. Right. I'm putting more time into the reviews, making sure the editing's more clean, crisp, stuff like that. But that's just the reality of it. I do have to expand, and I'm already have expanded my radius of immediate courses for when my time is a little bit more tight on the weekends. But then I set aside time quite frequently to make those drives, 2 hours, 3 hours. Shit, we're waking up. We just did it on Saturday. We woke up at 4 a.m. We drive 2 or 3 hours. We play 36 and come home. Like I still got to get home. I have a responsibility. I'm a dad. So that's real life. That's what we do. And luckily I have like a good group around me that are down to be a part of that. And they make it possible. If it was just me, like I wouldn't be doing it by myself. That's weird almost in my opinion. So I'm lucky I have a good group of friends, like a solid group to really rally around and do this with, like my buddy Scarf, Gomo, my brother Nate, who's going to be in a lot of stuff, my buddy Tony, my buddy Chris, who's not with us anymore. Like a lot of people have been there and have been in my content. And like, that's one thing I like to do too, is play and just show people what's happening. I might not be putting up a 70, but I might have hit a really good shot. Next shot said, what the fuck, and had a crazy reaction. So that's kind of what it's about for me.
Well, at some point the kiddo can come along, right?
Yeah, she's only 5 months, so we're a little bit of time still, but we'll work on it.
All right, little quiz for you. So you said you don't have much to play in Metro Detroit anymore. Graphic, I don't know. It was like 2 weeks ago. You probably saw it. I forget what outlet shared it originally, but
All the
a
courses
graphic
in
was making
Michigan.
its round on X, Twitter, and I saw it all over the place. It was a map of the U.S. and it had little pin drops of every golf course in the U.S. and basically Michigan was covered, and obviously Florida and some other states. And again, Jared told you off air that I live down in North Carolina now in Charlotte, and talking to some of my coworkers about that, they were like, I didn't know Michigan had that many golf courses, because they've never been. And it's like, there's a lot of stuff people don't really know about Michigan. But the quiz I have for you, per capita, what states have the most golf courses?
I mean, obviously, I would say Michigan is one, Florida, California, I would like to say. I'm trying to think of the map, man, where all the pinks are. Minnesota had a lot too, if I'm not mistaken. I would go with Michigan, Florida, California, no particular order.
Number 1, North Dakota.
What? I didn't see that.
Per capita.
Oh,
so it doesn't necessarily mean the most, but because not that many people live there, of course. But,
gotta use my head. I gotta understand per capita. That's on me.
Went over my head. So yeah,
you're gonna have to make a trip out to North Dakota sometime. But yes, Florida, California, and then Michigan. If you talk about just total number of golf courses, but so yeah,
we're blessed, dude. We have there's so many courses. There really is. Even just in Southeast Michigan, there's a lot of options. They're not bad options, and I see people. Other influencers, you can say, in other states playing their courses, like that shit is trash. Like we have better courses and it's not that expensive. So, I mean, we are really blessed. People think of Michigan, they think of cold, they think of the winter, but it's really short, to be honest with you. Every state has the cold now at this point. I mean, no one's really escaping winter. So why not Michigan? I mean, I'm a big Michigan enthusiast through and through.
For sure.
Not just even golf. I love snowboarding, stuff like that. I mean, Michigan politics, like let's just do great as a state. That's kind of where my head's at. And like, yeah, we're blessed with the golf we have for sure. Per capita.
At this point, I don't know how you lost your general election. I mean, I'm ready to vote for you right now.
No work. I didn't do anything, man. I was broke. Like I had just started working like at my actual job. I was trying to keep it low key too. Like I didn't want people to know. And then like I get fired, and then next thing you know, I lose the election, and I'm really fucked right out the gate. Don't
have anything.
So I was really low key. I didn't have a lot of money to spend, man. Like I was check to check at the beginning. I bought cheap signs. Like I did like one speaking event. Like, and it was the area I was running on the platform I was running wasn't really in my favor either. Different conversation for a different time. So a lot of obstacles.
The question I wanted to ask though, before these guys jump back in, piggybacking off of what I said, the map with all the pins of all the courses, again, talking to coworkers and friends down here who are North Carolinians, born and raised Charlotte area. Obviously the Carolinas are very well known for their golf, but it's very different because it's a lot of private courses, not very many municipal courses, not very many of those little 9-hole local $25 for 9 holes in a cart type of courses. It's a lot. You got to have some money for the most part to play a lot of the courses down here. Can you talk about the balance with that in Michigan? Because there is a side that like you want, if you're paying to golf, you want to play on a nice course. You want the grass to be decent. You don't want it to be terrible, flooded, all that kind of stuff, but you also want it to be affordable. Can you maybe just give your thoughts on that as far as the golf scene in Michigan, the really nice courses and then like affordable too?
I'll put it this way. It's getting worse. It's still fine. You can still play a decent golf course at a respectable price. It's harder to find though. Even a lot of the bad courses are charging 60, 70. I don't know what North Carolina charges standard for 18, but like in Michigan, if you're playing a course that I would like to classify as a dog track, you know what I mean? You're talking 18 holes, 40 to 50, depending on the condition. I shouldn't really be that much. Like that's the beginner course. That's the entry point. That's where the new golfers should be going. Realistically, right? But then you get courses. I played Goodrich last year in Goodrich, Michigan. They were charging 60, and it was the worst condition I've ever seen. Like literally trash. Like you can't justify that, in my opinion. To me, it just seems like you're trying to make a buck. And I get it. Business is business. You got to survive. Costs are high. Fertilizer's high. Water's high. Everything's fucking high. Like I understand that, but at the end of the day, these people want quality for what they pay, and I just think you got to be priced accordingly. Like you don't have to be the best course, but don't charge like you're the best course. And if you are the best course, set that standard of what it should be. And there's courses like Arcadia Bluffs in Michigan, like you're paying whatever the fuck it costs because it's fucking sick. Like that's just the end of story. What it is, you don't care, and that's a standard. Forest Dunes, that's a standard. Now you're talking Sylvan Glen, and they're charging $70 on the first warm day in Troy, Michigan. Like, get fucked, dude. Like that, you're just taking advantage of everybody. And so, like, that is kind of my job. Like, not my job, like I said, I have a real job, but that is what I do. Is I call that out. I'm not afraid to, and that's, I guess, why I have a loyal following. Is I don't care, like there's courses I can't really go back to because I've said things about them, and that's fine if I've said that. Like, I don't want to go back anyways. So,
Right.
like I said, I do it for fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's just, you never know what you're gonna get when you get like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get when you go to a new course, and that's the funnest part about it. Like, it's a conversation with your friends the whole round. Like, wow, look at that tee box. That was fucked up. That was weird. Oh man, that was a sick hole. Like, that's the sand is great. Oh, I don't even want to hit out of it. It's unhittable. Like, that's the conversation, and it's fluid throughout the whole round.
Have you noticed? I have one question real quick, and then I have another one. Have you noticed pace of play has really slowed down in recent years?
Yeah, it's gotten really bad, and the reason for that I couldn't tell you. People say COVID golf. You can argue I'm a COVID golfer. That's about 2020, 2021 is when I first started. Right. So you can argue I'm a COVID golfer, but I think pace of play is people just don't know the rules. People go out there, they think you can just dick around all day, and I get it. No one enforces it, and these rangers don't really do shit these days. They're not like the old days you see where they get after you. That's what we need. We need rangers to come back and put their fucking foot down. And I think things would change a little bit, but also the expectation as a golfer is like, take your time, like don't rush, but just ready golf, be considerate. If you got people stacked up behind you, maybe do the right thing if there's no one in front of you, stuff like that. And, in 2026, the phones, the text, and people have lost a lot of etiquette across the board anyways. And it's drifted it's leaked into the game of golf, unfortunately. And that's just what we're dealing with. It's not great. It's not great.
Jared loathes pace of play.
I call them log jams, man, where you pull up on a tee and it's like two groups are waiting.
It kills you.
Yeah.
Your momentum is gone. It gets in your head. You had a badge finish to the last hole. You're ready to reset. You pull up to a log jam. Wow, it's getting worse and worse mentally. Like, that's not what you want, man. Like, instant pissed off. And then if you hit a bad shot, God forbid, on that next shot, instant blame on the pace of play. And like, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, it's terrible. It's the most maddening thing.
On the positive side, I mean, it's a lame question, but it's got to be asked. I mean, you're the expert. I mean, what are a couple of your favorite courses? I mean, one I saw that you played last year that I just played my last round in Michigan before I moved to Houston was Calderon. I mean, you mentioned as your best value of the year. It really is. It's like $40-$50, and I wouldn't have been surprised if it was $90.
They could charge more, and I'm not trying to give people ideas, but Calderon, great value, good condition. The Orchards up in Washington area, that's a really good course. Decent value. I used to be huge on Shepherd's Hollow, always talking about Shepherd's Hollow, but I go there so much. Things have changed a little bit. I mean, they charge $70-$75 for 9 holes now. Like,
crazy.
Drifting into fucking get fucked territory. And like, I love the course. Like, I really do. Up northwise, the Nightmare is, God, I'm going to talk about it more. I don't want to give too much away, but in the next couple of days, I just went there this weekend. Yeah. The fucking best for the price, $76, and it is an absolute banger from head to toe. And the Dream's right down the road. You play it the same day. It's like $130 to $140 for both. Like, the Nightmare is fucking incredible for the price. You can bring in 36 beers if you want, load them up, and just get trash. I mean, I'm serious, but they still have the Ranger out there. They keep the pace of play. They get on people. Yeah. Fantastic course. I can't speak highly enough about it because you just get everything, the views, the up north, and it's not that far from Metro Detroit. From my house in White Lake, it's about 2 hours and 5 minutes. Like, that's not bad, man. That's not, you play 2 courses, make a day out of it. Arcadia Bluffs, fantastic course. Again, like in the South course, actually at Arcadia is better than the Bluffs, in my opinion, in terms of golf course itself. You get the views at the Bluffs. South course, different game of golf, feels more link style, more challenging, kind of like something you would see out in like Ireland, something like that. Man, the list goes on and on. There's courses I want to play, Gray Walls up in the UP, but we're talking 8-9 hour trek. Got to get the group to go with me. I do have a kid now, makes it tougher. I want to go to Bay Harbor. I mean, the list goes on, and Tullamore, list goes on. So hopefully I'll hit them all. Man, I just love the state. Great golf.
We have a family reunion every July up in Onaway. Have you golfed Black Lake?
Haven't golfed Black Lake, but I go up to near Onaway a lot. We go to Nubs Knob and Boyne Highlands out there in Petoskey area, Harbor Springs. So we get off of that exit, Indian Lake right there. Hopefully you guys are all right with all the flooding that just happened up in Sheboygan area. But That whole part of the state is just a retreat, in my opinion. Untapped nature. The world doesn't know about it, and they don't need to.
You hope it stays that way too. I mean,
it won't,
here,
but
it
probably
probably won't.
Nice.
It's going to be developed. There was here in Charlotte. I live. I mean, Charlotte's insane. I think it just came out. It's the fastest growing city in the U.S. right now. But there was a golf course near where I live. It was a country club, or it was the public course. It was a Ballantine public course. But they tore the course out and they put in like strip malls and like restaurants and breweries and stuff like that. And it's just like
it's coming, man.
I see that happen, and I'm like, kind of what you're saying. I hope that doesn't start happening in Michigan. I hope
it is, dude. It already is. Like Traverse City area has totally changed. If you look back from 10 years ago, like expanded outward, like literally urban sprawl outward. That's literally what's happening there. And to be honest with, I mean, you want to get, like, it's not political, but the data centers coming in, like all the water consumption they're going to use. At the end of the day, the West is getting dry. We still have the water supply, one of the biggest in the world. Like, if the politicians were smart, they'd be taking more control of that water. You know what I mean? Because people are going to be trying to get it. This state's going to become like California in terms of real estate, probably in 10 to 20. So if you have property now in the state, hold on to it. If you don't, get some or raw land. So I do think Michigan's a boom state in time. We're getting to that place. Winters don't really affect people like they used to, man. Like I said, everyone's getting snow. Like fucking Florida's getting snow. Clearwater got snow like a year or two ago. So it's like you're not escaping it. You might as well enjoy it. The winters, the summers are beautiful, and I do think Michigan, man, the boom state, and it's changing, unfortunately. And you got to enjoy what you can, and that's why people too, like the UP, like that's going to be all that's left eventually. Like the whole Lower Peninsula will be commercialized at some point.
Commercialized, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of valuable land there. So obviously Detroit Country Club or Detroit Golf Club. Where else do you think, like honestly, not just passion, your heart, whatever.
Yeah.
Where else honestly do you think Michigan could host a PGA Tour event?
God, my heart wants to say Arcadia Bluffs for the TV spectacle. And I've talked to people about it. And even the guy at the pro shop last time I was there, they don't have just the facilities. Whole thing is facilities. You got to have places people can fly into. So you got to have an airport that's close, lodging, restaurants. And they just don't have it at the courses that I would like to see it at up north. And you see it at the Cardinal with Live, like that's a good course, but there's shit all over. So you're really confined, in my opinion, to Grand Rapids area or Metro Detroit. I haven't been yet, and I really want to go, but I heard Tullymore is fantastic. I don't know the geography of it though. I don't know if it's walkable like that. Like it takes me, you have to be at a course for a full day to really understand. And honestly, the ones I've been to, there's ones I'd like to say, yeah, this could host, but you just look at the parking lot and you're like, dude, where the fuck would everyone park? Like, I mean, it's just not, like, very few places have that, and the ones that do are lucky to have it. So I think I don't really have a great answer, man. I'm copping out, kind of. Let's just fuck it. Let's just say the Orchards does it, somehow rips down all the neighborhoods and puts parking lots in. Yeah, they could do it. So, that's a tough one. I think the courses that have it do a good job with it. I don't want to say I'm bored of Detroit Golf Club. No offense to the Rocket Classic. I'd like to see it played somewhere else in the state. Showcase another great course in the state, different geography. But that's just a personal opinion.
It would be exactly what we just said. We don't want Michigan to get developed and commercialized, but they'd have to do it. You need all that stuff.
Yeah.
I got two last questions, and then if these guys have one, otherwise we'll let you go. Thanks again for doing this, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Having fun.
What are some of the telltale signs that you're kind of in for a round from hell at a golf course?
Dude, you can tell lawn maintenance. The second you come up into the parking lot, is there grass growing through all the cracks of the regular asphalt? You can see it when you walk in the building. That's a Ted. I can't even talk now. Maybe edit that. Dead tail giveaway, whatever the fuck the word is, that this course might be bad. The price dictates it. Usually, if it's cheap, it's probably not that good. Sometimes you'll get surprised every once in a while, but you go in with the expectation that it won't be good. From the hole one, head to toe, tee box to green, what you're dealing with at that point. And like, you might get thrown off from time to time. And it's happened to me where you play the first couple holes, you're like, oh, I don't really know about this. And then you get the hole 3 and 4, your attitude starts to change. But for the most part, your intuition is correct once you play the first hole or two, and it just looks like shit. Like, it's going to be bad. Now, there are bad courses condition-wise that are still fun. You know what I mean? To a certain extent. It's just all about how you look at the game of golf. So to me, if I'm spending $20 and it sucks, but I had a good time, you know, I mean, that's what you expect. You know what I'm saying? But if you charge 60 and I get that same experience, like now I'm pissed and I'm doing reviews. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just depends. You know, it's all a box of chocolates, like I said earlier.
I just want to throw a few quick, maybe you give like a 2-3 sentence kind of recap of some of these courses you played. One that I like, but I get why maybe you didn't. I played it a couple times when I moved to Detroit a few years ago. Rackham. I kind of thought it had some charm to it. You weren't as big of a fan. What did you think of Rackham?
Yeah, I just feel like there's balls going everywhere. You know, it's a nice course. I get the history aspect of it, you know, and area wise, that's probably, there's not a lot to play right there, in my opinion, that Royal Oak, Northern Detroit area. So I understand the Rackham people who really like it. No offense. I just didn't like it, dude. It's not my style of course. The fucking highway is right there, road holes. I don't do that. I don't like that. I want to be away a little bit when I golf. I have my own struggles already out there. I don't need other people influencing me from the fucking road, honking at me. Like I can't have that on top of everything else I'm emotionally battling out there. So not for me. I like serenity. I like peace. But again, that's a personal opinion. So I respect everyone who likes Rackham. I didn't think the condition or anything was that bad. You know, I didn't really have bad stuff to say about it that way. I just didn't wow me. You know, I didn't go there like, wow, like I can't wait to go back. Like I just didn't get that feeling. So to me, it was just another course.
You played the Loop. I think you played the black course. Maybe you played both the black and the red. So for people who don't know, this is a reversible golf course, which is what St. Andrews was intended to be, but then St. Andrews became what it was. So they never really reversed it anymore. What was that like?
Crazy. I mean, we played the black loop. We didn't get a chance to play the red, and we played a few other courses while we were up there that weekend. So we didn't stay at Forest Dunes for long. I wish we would have. Black loop, nuts. The crazy part is you have to hit everything so short because the shit just bounces and just goes. Like it's crazy. If you try to go for it, you're going long every single time. So that was the thing you learned very early there. Short was fine. Like I wasn't mad at short at all. The putting, very hard. Everything's running super fast. If you throw a ball down on it or drop it, it sounds like a basketball almost bouncing on like a gym floor. Like that. That's just a crazy feeling for me. And the thing is you're on a tee box hitting your tee shot, you look behind you and there's a green right behind you because it's a reversible course. So that's the red course green right behind your tee box going in the opposite direction. And it switches daily. I think they do it daily. They go back and forth and repair, do whatever they need to do. But just a crazy experience because there's nothing really like that to my knowledge, at least. And it's tough, man. Like it's not like drastically long, especially depending on the tees you play. So like you can play, you know, but you'll find when you get up to the green, it's all about finesse. And if you don't have finesse, you're literally in trouble. Like there was times, you know, you get up there in two, you're like, oh yeah, I'm about to set myself up at least a par, at least 3 or 4 putt. I mean 5, dude. I mean like that's how crazy it is if you're not prepared. And like I like that. I like golf like that. I don't care what the scorecard looks like at the end. Like that's fun.
Last one, and then we'll get you out of here. Hawk Hollow. I mean, this is right from where we grew up, right up the road. And I actually agree with what you said. You said you liked it more than Eagle Eye. What did you like about Hawk Hollow?
You know, it's a great question. For me, Eagle Eye, there's a couple really good holes, in my opinion. Like you think, 17. Is it 17? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Like the par 3, like you think of that, the finishing hole is nice. But to me, Hawk Hollow as an experience, the whole course, I just liked it better. It felt more serene. Eagle Eye's a little bit more open, almost feels like pondy, marshy in areas. And like, I don't like that as much. To me, Hawk Hollow was more hollow. It was wooded, you know, a little bit. And I like that sort of golf. But then you ducked back out and you had different holes and shit like that. So to me, I just liked it. I like the Little Hawk putting course that they had. They were nice guys there too, man. I just really enjoyed the experience, like better than the Eagle Eye experience. And there's nothing wrong with Eagle Eye. It's not a bad course. It's just, if I had to go back and play one, I'd probably give Hawk Hollow just a little bit of an edge. I think it's cheaper. And like, why is Eagle Eye more? The name, like hole 17, like I don't know.
It's amazing how just being kind is like what leaves a big impression on you. Like it's crazy how just being nice in the clubhouse and
seriously
treating the customer as well. And you probably see it. You probably see both ends of the spectrum with that all the time. So do you have anything, any other questions, Uncle Ted, or are you good?
Yeah, I got one question.
Sure.
I mean, first of all, I wish I was 30 again and had anywhere near the energy level Colt has. That's one thing I'll say. And number 2, you talked about it early, not golf topic here, but what's your future aspirations politically? Do you have any future goals there?
Man, so we'll see. Look, I'm a dad first. I'm a hard worker. I love what I do already for a living. Golf is on the side. Yes, I have concerns about certain things, and
Mm-hmm.
I really think I would do well. I have a big voice, but a lot of risk comes with that too, man. Your voice gets too big, you can get squashed real fast too. And like I think for me, I need to be in a position financially. I do well, but I need to be in a position financially to where I do well, and I think that's one place you want to be, because you don't want to be under the gun of somebody else, man. And I think you know what I mean by that.
Oh,
You want to be able to be free about the stuff you do and stand 10 toes down on what you believe in, and to know if like somebody comes at you with a suit, like I'm covered, I'm not bankrupt, I'm not losing my house, like, you know what I mean? Like you can't, as a dad first, like that shit has to be solid as hell. So to me, we'll see what happens, like, and if it depends on who steps up too, if we get another 5, 10, 15 years of just no progress in the state, and people leaving the state and people not coming in, and we're still have the highest taxes, property taxes out the roof. I mean, the insurance rates. I mean, like people want to steal our water. Like that is a big thing too. The energy companies robbing us. Like if we're still doing that, like, I mean, next thing I'm 40, 45 in a different position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It might be the right thing to do, and I mean that's a conversation with God too. Like, let me know what my path is, and we'll figure it out from there. Not to get religious on you, but yeah, man, that's kind of it, and we'll see. So the answer is depends. I would love to. Ideally, I've tried, but a lot on the line. Not that I'm afraid. I just think it would, and it sounds bad. It'd have to be dire. It'd have to be so dire, but by then it might be too late. And that's the problem with the mentality of America. Unfortunately, everyone's like, oh, someone else will be the hero, and now there's no hero. We're fucked. So that's just food for thought for the audience when it comes to that. But seriously, we're all in it together at the end of the day. If country sucks, I can't golf. So we gotta have peace, tranquility. So we'll see what happens.
All right.
Hey, Ted likes to bring up political stuff sometimes, so maybe we'll have you on for a whole other podcast, and we'll get into politics.
That'll be fun.
I was gonna, before we sign you off, do you need us to edit any of this just in case you do run for political office, that people can't go back and cancel you because of something you said?
I mean, because here's the thing too, man. Like I said, I'm a regular fucking guy. Like if I were to ever run for, like, we're getting ahead of ourselves. If I were to ever run for a real office, like, I'm not, it is what it is, bro. That's me. I said that at one point. That doesn't mean I wake up today and scream fuck at somebody. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the reality of the situation. I think people respect that sort of honesty, besides like, oh, I never said that. Like, that's not me. Like, yeah, I said that. I was 30. Now I'm 35, more mature. Like, give me a break. I think that's the attitude to take when it comes to stuff like that. And a lot of people just try to be like, oh, I didn't, like, just admit it, man, whatever. Like, we all did shit. So yeah, you don't have to edit anything. I think I stumbled on my words like a couple of times. I was like, that. So maybe edit that. Man. But yeah,
I think you'll be okay. I mean, politicians, man, it seems like anything goes. So maybe that Goodrich course review will come back and haunt you somewhere down the road. But I don't think so.
I would laugh. I would play it at a rally or whatever. Like, look at this review I did. They had a problem with it. That's just America right there, boys. Like, don't worry about it.
USA, baby.
Freedom of speech. Let's go.
That's right.
Well, thanks again for doing this, Colt. Is there anything I know you mentioned some nightmare content coming out. Is there anything else you kind of want to tease on your page and let our listeners?
Not really, man. Just more content. The same shit you see, the reviews, the playing golf, and Link Rivals out, the app that I'm part of, owner of it, part owner of it, but it's a really sick app. So check it out in the Apple App Store. Android coming in like 2 months. So
what is that? Cool, actually, I mean, is that a different course? Is it almost like a Google Maps for courses, or what is that app?
So it's, I don't want to say similar to 18 Birdies because it's not, but you can almost equate certain things. Like you can keep your handicap, stuff like that. But the real catch is Ace. It's an AI caddy. Like it reads any course in America, reads what hole you're on, the yardage, the wind speed, moisture. Like it's fucking nuts. It then gives you an exact opinion on what you think you should do. So if you struggle bad and maybe your buddy's not out there, you don't have a range finder, you can get on to Link Rival, use Ace, the AI caddy, and it can actually help you. It really can. Give you real advice, and it's not like a shitty chat robot who's just giving you bullshit like on some chat support site. Like this is real shit, real data about the course, and yeah, it has visuals of everything on the course as well. And then you challenge your friends. You can put stakes up. So like if your buddy's like, hey man, $100, I'm gonna fuck you up today. You can hold them to that on the app. Maybe you can't transfer the money, but you can hold them to it. That's important for me to say for legal reasons. You can't transfer the money. It's not a gambling app, but you can hold people accountable to it. Wins and losses, build your own community. It's great for golf leagues, in my opinion. You can do your golf league in there and keep track of every statistic.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens with it, but pretty cool. It's not just a regular app, man. Like, it's pretty sick.
Nice.
That's awesome. Definitely, everybody's got to check that out. Well, thanks again to Colt from Colt Golf. We'll maybe catch up with you down the line somewhere, maybe when you run for office, or maybe when you hit Black Lake. We'll have to have you on.
The office stuff, man. Well, like, we'll see, dude. Like, this nothing is happening, bro. Like, maybe down the line, man. I don't know. So it's a fun combo, but nothing soon. So love you guys. Good combo.
Appreciate
let me know when it's out.
This is Jim Woodworth, proud Corunna Cavalier and owner of Success Group Mortgage. We have invested a significant amount of time and money into our Corunna community. So I'm here to ask you a favor. If you're in the market to purchase or refinance your home, call Success Group Mortgage. It allows us to continue our mission to support the students of Corunna Public Schools. Call Success Group Mortgage today, 989-720-4380.
Hey guys, that was enjoyable. I tell you what, you don't have to ask much on a question. He has the energy. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I like seeing people like, I mean, I remember following him right around when he started it, maybe 1,000 followers. I started following his page. It's you realize that there was something pretty cool here, and it was scratching an itch that really hadn't been scratched for people that would like to see all these different course reviews of Michigan golf courses, what to play, what not to play. And to do it honestly. And I thought that was cool that he mentioned that, like how it's, he has a brand to protect. Can't just be taking, free rounds from everybody and maybe lose some credibility. So
sure.
Definitely has a lot of energy, and for golf, for a sport that can be boring, I'm glad that he has a good mix of, obviously does a great job with his reviews, but also has some personality as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you see it with, obviously, one of the big things as far as reviews is Dave Portnoy with his pizza reviews. Maybe that's like the OG of doing review type content, So it makes sense to do golf course reviews, especially in a state like Michigan with so many courses. And it does make you think. We kind of talked about it a little bit, and you just kind of mentioned it, Jared. If he ends up, he kind of said, like, if he ends up making money off of that, like courses really start paying him, cool if it gets to that point. But then, you do run the risk of, but don't be too honest, don't criticize us too much because we're paying you a couple $1,000s to do this review or something. So that's where the genuine side of those reviews could get lost. And he doesn't seem like someone right now anyway that's worried about that though. So, man, it is cool to see, especially like you said, Jared, to see a small page, and then now it's kind of blown up.
Yeah, it's awesome. Just as long as he doesn't call himself an influencer, I'm all good with it.
Right.